Alright, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am jumping into this a bit late. So, we are watching a race of Aria Randomizer between Fox and Berix. This is Aria Rando, as well as the specificity of always having Panther first. Both runners have Panther so far. We have seen books for sure, like they both have the yellow book and the red book has been seen, but is deadlocked, and I have not been able to for the last couple of minutes due to the small size, so we're gonna be catching up with this nicely. WindFox is trying to battle Legion, whereas Berix is opting to explore that specific exit on the bottom right of the corridor. And it is the upper reservoir. I'm not sure if they have Skula. If they do, they will be able to clear all the checks in that area. If they don't, they might opt to... They may opt to... Oops. They may opt to do something else instead, which... Okay, so they're trying to get it with the boat, which is not as easy as it might look. Like both getting on the boat and then reaching up. Okay, that's done for Berix. So we know for sure they both have Malphas. They both have Black Panther. And I don't know at the moment about other souls. If chat wants to help me with tracking as well, feel free to let me know, or we'll figure it out as it goes. WindFox did defeat Legion. It's a pretty tough boss to fight, especially early on. Has high stats, a lot of HP, but it does land a massive amount of experience. So that's a big stack of levels for WindFox here. People hack your Skelly, thank you. That's a good deal for WindFox here. Once you have Battle Legion, really levels aren't much of an... Oh, Berix takes death here. Are not much of an issue. You can beat most bosses if you have proved you can beat Legion. So now for WindFox, the main thing at stake will be to find the books and the souls, and maybe a bit of DPS for the late game, because Joyeuse as decent as it is early on, is not a weapon you want to carry to the very late game. So yeah, Berix took that death kind of deep into that top reservoir area. I think now they will opt to not come back in there for a bit, at least until they get Skula, is my best guess. And Berix is now making their way into the clock tower, where WindFox battled Legion just a bit ago. And both have the slide. Okay, thank you so much, chat. Oh yeah, it looks like, from what I can see now, that looks like WindFox is a bit ahead. I don't know if Berix has done anything significant that WindFox hasn't, or if they're just gonna now collision and be like some fraction of the dance hall behind. Okay. WindFox carefully eliminating every single enemy in this long corridor of the dance hall, which is an interesting strat, given how much HP they have. I know a lot of people would just be dashing through all that and be like, oh, okay, I'll use the save room in a couple of seconds. But I can respect the will to be extra safe. Oh, and WindFox just pulled Skula here. Pretty good. Skula is one of the souls that is very likely needed for progression because it unlocks access to one extra exit in the corridor as well as a lot of areas in the underground reservoir. It's also mandatory to traverse the chaotic realm, so you will have to get it at some point. Okay, and here is the rush soul, yes, for WindFox. Alrighty, death in the dance hall. For WindFox, looks like Berix opted to not battle Legion. Didn't see it, but I think fighting Legion at the point would take a long time, so I would have seen it if it had happened. Okay, well, it would be pretty sad for WindFox now to lose that, but it looks like it's okay. Julius is certainly not my favorite weapon to fight death with. You can't do the short hops and land a lot of hits without backdashing. So it's just not great, but it should be okay for WindFox here. Looks like they've got it. And down goes Death. Goodbye, Death. Harpy is the soul given by Death, not something that's very interesting for WindFox, probably. Berix acquiring Devil. Yeah, so Berix is just one Legion fight plus some amount of the dance hall behind. I'll store this canister here. I don't think we've seen the blue book so far, so we don't know what the blue soul is. They both have the yellow book, but I didn't catch what soul is required in there. We will get to see that in time. WindFox now has cleared most everything in the dance hall and is gonna leave the area. I don't think they got the teleporter, which might be reasonable, because we probably will not want to come back here in the future, especially since we have the study here on the right. If that area here had been like top floor or gardens, then that TP room would have been useful, but not here. WindFox just exploring the study. That's a pretty uneventful area in general. It has a number of checks that you can access all with Malphas. If you're willing to push some boxes. Yep, and Berix holds Kula, just like WindFox did. Right. It's hard to do both commentary and checking at the same time. We'll get there, chat. Thank you for your help. And what happened? Did Berix just die against death? Oh wow, they're only level 5. Yeah, that's the big difference that killing Legion makes. It's really a lot of levels. Berix opting to not battle death yet. Which is probably reasonable at that stage, but it also means that Berix, since they are not killing the bosses, is not scoring any levels and will stay low level, and bosses will keep being difficult in the future. So that's not a good spiral to be engaged in. And WindFox will be giant bats in the study indeed. It's very good. It allows them to access the red book that we saw in the castle corridor at the very least. The boss for the area here is our good friend Headhunter, which should not be a big deal, especially since WindFox has Devil. Devil is the best way to kill Headhunter. It outclasses even Manticore on that fight because Devil has some blade elemental damage and Manticore doesn't. And Headhunter is weak to blade. So it shouldn't be an issue for WindFox, especially after having battled both Death and Legion. Berix teleporting out of the dance hall. For some reason I can never remember the name of this area. And they're probably now gonna try a different area. Since now they have Skula, they have a lot of possibilities of options. But they are back here. Okay, so they will just be exploring the study like WindFox did. And indeed, they are going for that. WindFox now exiting the study after beating the Headhunter. And this loops back here, okay. That is quite interesting. Let's see where WindFox will be headed now. Berix. Okay, Berix is gonna try their hand at Legion here. That fight is intense. WindFox did it earlier with a couple levels less than what Berix has now. So it's definitely doable. It's also very doable to fail. So let's wish Berix some luck here. Because if you do fail at that fight early on, you usually spend a few minutes in the battle arena, and that's a lot of time wasted. If that's what you end up doing. So let's see where Berix goes with this. In the meantime, WindFox having acquired Skula. Oh, okay, they have Undyne too. Forgot to click that. Having acquired Skula is going to be able to explore this area of the underground reservoir, which is pretty nice. Reservoir is a very big area. It has a lot of checks, but it's just interestingly divided into like upper and lower, and there are like a big segment between those two with no checks. So ideally, the way I like to do it is use an like enter from the top and do the top, or enter from the bottom and the bottom. But here they decide to enter from the top and go straight for the lower parts of the area. So I guess they will be back later for the checks in the top. Well, the map here isn't exactly exciting. Berix still battling Legion, is down to 143 HP. I don't know if they have healing. Oh, Red Minotaur for WindFox. That's a very interesting soul. It's a great way to battle, especially Chaos, if you have access to a lot of mana. So either cheap mana heals in the shop, or even Chaos Ring. But yeah, it's a very mana-hungry soul. It would be interesting to see if it's an option for WindFox to use it in the late game. Now they can just acquire the teleporter here. Berix still fighting Legion, now down to 64. I think any hit now is lethal. And hit from Legion at least, maybe not from the little goons. WindFox able to go back to the beginning of the game. Now they have killed both Headhunter and Death. The shop is fully upgraded. There might be a very good weapon there. Balmung is not bad. Durandal is alright. Ooh, Levitain is super exciting. Levitain is one of the top weapons in the game. It's very easy to use as a straight sword. You can just short hop to land a lot of hits. Oh. Damage is great. None of the late game bosses are resistant to fire. Hitbox is nice. Levitain is really one of my favorites. And I think WindFox will be acquiring that sword now. Oh, okay, Balmung and Levitain acquired. That's fair. Oh, Everything is a great piece of armor. One of the best few. Alrighty. We now have a WindFox for battle. Like with Levitain and Red Minotaur, I would consider myself endgame ready, probably. So now I think they will focus mostly on just finding the... Oh, Berix goes down in Legion. That's a risk I was talking about earlier. If you do die, you waste a lot of time in the fight, and now they have to make a decision for what to do next. I think they realize they are falling behind, and I don't know how they will proceed. WindFox doing these checks here. Giant Bat is not the optimal way to go, but it works. With a middling mana bar, you can reach all the way up there. There's like one check here, +1 on the right. Oh, mana healing here, so I guess they will try to go for the one at the very top. Okay, that works. And it's a Mistletoe. Mistletoe is a pretty good weapon. It's not very endgame friendly. So now it's a bit too late, I think, for Mistletoe for WindFox, but it's a good way to kill Death. It's decent against Legion. Though, have already been killed. So yeah, we probably will not be seeing a lot of Mistletoe action from WindFox here. Devil plus Undyne, you can exit through there. Let's see where this area leads. Berix is now following WindFox into the reservoir. Sadly, lots of levels behind. Lots of checks behind as well. Let's hope it goes well for them in there. Whereas WindFox has entered the fantastic, not the Demon Guest House, it's the inner quarters. Demon Guest House is how it's called in Dawn of Sorrow. They're in the quarters from the left, means you have the save before the boss, which is convenient here. Well, we fought all the hard bosses, so this boss can be dangerous here for WindFox. And indeed, Great Armor is the easiest of the randomized bosses in this randomizer. Still saving afterwards. Better safe than sorry, I suppose. And now we, WindFox gets access to the right side of the inner quarters. Quite a few checks in here. Uh-oh, we have some freeze. Okay, it's back. Quite a good checks, 2 on top of there. Plus a few other and a TP on the right. Oh, did Berix die? No, they just slept, I think. They just slept after getting a check. Oh, didn't catch what WindFox got in there. WindFox does have a huge lead here. Berix also finding out that this map there is not really that exciting. Whereas WindFox is now heading to the right side of the quarters. They're still both looking for the blue book. Could be anywhere as far as we know. Here's a blue soul. Oh, and Berix died again. Yeah. Final god here for WindFox. Really, really tough one for Berix here. Having very low level in those kind of late gamey areas can be difficult. I don't know how experienced Berix is with this game. I know they have Julius time on the leaderboards. They don't have any Soma action as far as I can tell for the vanilla speedruns. But Julius and Soma are very different animals. So being a good Julius runner doesn't prevent you from having trouble with some randomizers, sadly, for Berix. WindFox now getting close to clearing the entire reservoir. A couple more checks down here, plus a couple exits as well. Silver Plate doesn't beat the everything that WindFox has already. Ooh. Cemetery is a very good area to find. It's very compact with a lot of checks. Usually you can clear it within like a minute or two, depending on what the boss is in there, and it has like at least 4 checks. Oh, Gravekeeper for WindFox. Better late than never. Gravekeeper will be useful if WindFox decides to battle the late game bosses with Balmung. It's not very useful with Levitain. Berix has now frozen. I hope they have not just forfeited and quit. Okay, now they're back. And here goes Balor for WindFox. Balor is a very predictable boss. Like the cycles on his fists are always the same. One horizontal fist slam, then one vertical. There can be some desync sometimes, but with some practice, Balor ceases to be an issue pretty quickly. Here, WindFox is battling it with Levitain, which is a pretty good choice, I think. Balmung would be a bit awkward here, because backdashing to cancel your Balmung animation runs the risk of running you into Balor's fists, which can be inconvenient. Okay, the Levitain, Balor is about to go down. Second eye has a lot less defense than the first one. So it's just about 20 swings of Levitain. Take it down. Okay, Berix killed the check there, and then left. Down goes Balor for WindFox. Another copy of Death. Not exactly what you dream of, but at this point, as I said already, WindFox is probably pretty much set as far as late game gear and souls go. So they're just looking for the books and souls, and required souls. Oh boy, is Berix about to go down again? Yes. That Archdemon is a real pain sometimes, if you try to navigate his room. And yeah, Berix goes down again. It's starting to look really, really bad for Berix. But they are back at it, ready to battle some more. I don't think either player has explored the eastern reservoir at the top. There might be some good souls there, or some good checks of any kind. Could be a nice way for Berix to put themselves back in the race. If they can find either the missing book or hippogriff or something that helps them and will give them a competitive advantage against WindFox. WindFox now finding out of the second exit the top floor and opting to not do it right away. Well, that dead end will kind of force them to. Oh no, they just opt to not go there. But we've seen they have trained that. So I'm not sure why. Maybe they are scared of dying in there. If it happened, it would indeed be an issue, because there has not been a save in a long time. Interesting. Let's see what WindFox up to do now. Berix a bit low on health, but exploring that Eastern Reservoir like I said they could. Rap's sword is a good weapon to have. Actually, I think it beats Joyeuse. You don't have backdash. It's straight swords are way more convenient to use. So I'd say on average for everyday navigating of the castle, I'd rather have any straight sword with decent damage than a heavy weapon in general. It's good to have, but not really exciting. Yes, indeed. I feel strongly that if you can, going for that teleporter as soon as possible is is usually a smart play, especially except if you're, I guess, really low level, then very scared of dying. But here, WindFox is not in that case. Because now, whenever they do want to get to the top floor, they will need to go all the way through the reservoir, get there, or find the forbidden area, I suppose. Oh no, it looks like Berix went down again. Yes, indeed. Wow. Yep. Not a very pleasant moment, maybe, for Berix. Well, you can have fun while dying a lot, because Aria is great fun, but wouldn't be surprised if they were a bit tilted at the moment. Pretty funny how they are both at the exact same place, but WindFox is so far ahead in this race. Well, that's same as dying, but I guess that means there was not much of value there. Well, no. They wouldn't be going back there if there was nothing of value. I'm a bit confused now. WindFox finds ectoplasm in that canister there. Okay, so just getting the mind up and leaving for Berix, that's an interesting approach. So I guess they have established that there's nothing of value on the right side, and they just want the mind up for the future. That's reasonable. WindFox will discover that pretty soon themselves. So yeah, Knights WindFox tend to have some freezes. It looks like both of these players are having some technical issues. I hope WindFox will be back soon. Okay, here they go. Getting all the checks that Berix just reset it out of. Happy. I think one should not underestimate the importance of healing. Depending on your skill level, of course, you might need more or less of that in the late game, but the first couple pieces of healing will make your life way easier against Julius and Chaos. Even if you are a very good player, these fights have some unpredictability to them and some patterns that can hit you. So, yeah. Aria is good to have if you don't have much else. Of course, if the shop gives you access to infinite high potions, then that kind of random healing loses value, but can't have at the very least. Yes, who would have thought? Coffee is very healthy. Okay, so WindFox now exited the reservoir into the corridor. They know where this door leads. Are they getting a bit lost? I don't know. The thing is, at this point, I don't think they found the arena. That's the other big source of checks that's left for WindFox. But at this point, it's very possible that the things you are looking for, the blue book, the required souls, etc., are in the top floor. So that makes WindFox's decision to not go there when they had the opportunity even more surprising and potentially punishing. Well, punishing not in the sense that it might put them behind. They are still very far ahead in this race, but it could have an impact on the final timer if that is something WindFox is concerned about. Yes, indeed, the early levels have a big impact. Being able to kill Balor, Def, or Legion early will make a difference. Especially since those levels allowed WindFox to also kill Def in the... I think it was in the... not in the quarters, in the dance hall. Which allowed them to get Giant Bat, if I remember correctly. So yes, it was the beginning of the spiral. Because then the levels also probably helped WindFox not die, and a lot of those deaths that Berix took would probably not have happened with the levels. So yes, you can't underestimate the importance of levels, even if some people do level 1 randomizers. So you don't need them per se, but it does make a big difference. WindFox did find the arena and has now a nice melon. So that's more healing. Melon is I think a full heal either all the time or almost all the time. Like it's either full heal or like 500 HP. I can't remember ever eating a melon and then not being fully healthed. If you have Giant Bats, ooh, Positron Rifle! That is an interesting weapon. Ooh, Lightning Dole! Lightning Dole is one of the very best red souls in the game. Some say the very best. Randomly having it on his enemy here is really convenient. I don't know about Positron Rifle. Berix is now exploring the inner quarters that WindFox did, I think it was at least 20 minutes ago. And WindFox opting to battle the giant skeleton instead of sleeping out of the room. Interesting. Maybe they just forgot. Okay, what bosses do we have left as options here? I think it's just Big Golem, right? Left for WindFox. So yeah, that will not be an issue. Balmong is not the best weapon to push this Wrecking Ball. Okay, here is an important moment for Berix because I think this is Malor, right? Oh no, it was. Okay, it was Great Armor, my bad. Because being able to kill Balor would have been a nice way for Berix to put themselves back into the level, not level race, but in the level game, and give themselves some sturdiness for the future. So this room here that WindFox is in is arguably the worst room in the game. It has it all, like conveyor belts, yellow meta heads, flying enemies, and an Archdemon just for good measure. Okay. And they died before seeing the blue soul! How cruel! Okay, they don't have the blue book yet, so you can't discount. You can't like refuse a blue canister. Which, yeah, that's not a super exciting blue, but it could be the required one. The dogs trying to make their way out of the room. This room is marvelous because it's about as bad both ways. Oh, and they die now, and they have to make a decision. How likely is it that this switch will be mandatory? They probably don't know that they have such a big lead. Well, I think they're supposed to not know. Okay, so they're deciding to just not get the witch back yet. They'll be battling Big Golem first. Getting this nice trick with the giant bat here. Strawberry! More incidental healing. Can't hurt. Okay, Big Golem, as I thought. Berix has left the inner quarters for the teleporter and is now headed somewhere else. I don't know. Maybe they will give another try to Death in the dance hall, or even to Legion in the clock tower. I don't know. Let's see what they decide to do. Okay, so it looks like WindFox has entirely abandoned the witch. I guess thinking that if they find a blue book and it happens to be witch that's needed, they'll come back. That's not unreasonable, especially if you're like getting frustrated with the room. It can be good to just change your mind with something else and then come back later with a fresh mind. Not sure what Berix is up to. They got the shake up there, but then went back down instead of hitting the exit on the top. I don't know if they had already seen it or not in the small screen time at the beginning of the race. Okay, now WindFox heading up there right now. So we'll get to see what it was that disgusted Berix and send them back down. Oh. What is this? Oh, Giga Scuddy. Okay, so they didn't have it before. My bad. Yeah, those checks over the early game, experienced players tend to get pretty early. In my experience, I'd say they tend to pretty often have something useful. Skula is open up there. I found a lot of grave keepers as well up there. So it's usually worth, like, when you get your first teleport back to town, taking those. But I guess if Berix is new to Randomizer, that's the kind of reflex they do not have acquired yet, which makes a ton of sense. Now clearing the bottom of the clock tower. They were not able to hit earlier because they got Skula afterwards. Let's see what we have here. Ooh, is it Hippogriff or Galmoth? Hippogriff, okay. That will make mobility way more convenient for WindFox. They are now able to fly without having to pull out the giant bat, so they can just keep Black Panther on at all times. Not mandatory, but pretty useful. Let's see where these runners head to next. They're still both looking for the blue book, as far as I can tell, and it can be literally anywhere. WindFox might also at some point make a little detour to catch the book that was backlogged here. Well, it's right here, so I think they will get it right now. The red book. We might be able to see what the mandatory red soul is as well. Okay, let's keep our eyes open. Killer Mantle, do they have that? I don't think so. Yes, they do. So they do have Killer Mantle. So now just looking for the blue book and the required blue, I guess. Wasn't able to see what the required yellow was at the start of the game when the screens were so small. Oh, here's the floating garden. That's very good to know, and it's also a number of easy checks. Forget, like this ramen. More checks in there. Extra copy of the red book, just in case. Berix entering the study from the from the bottom. I don't think there was much of value here, if I remember correctly, but of course they don't know that. Okay, do they know the trick to get in there? No, they don't. Normally, like, the puzzle is meant for you to use backdash, but with properly timed jump slashes, you can kind of moon jump your way through there. But if you don't know, it's not easy to think about it randomly. Someone had to tell me. And they can battle Headhunter, which is pretty good for them. It's a reasonably easy boss that will land them some levels, as well as a shop upgrade that could let them have Levitain, for example. We saw both upgrades at the same time on WindFox's side. So I don't know if Levitain and or Balmong were in the first or the second upgrade. Go, Berix. Destroy the Headhunter. Nice. Use a Poison Worm against Headhunter to counteract the poison. A great thing also in this fight can be Zombie, which makes you stronger with poison instead of weaker. WindFox now is facing Manticore as the very last boss of the main castle. They just found Galamoth, which will allow them to access the time-locked corridor in the inner quarters if they need to. After all, that's where the blue book is in vanilla, I think. So it would make a ton of sense. Wooden Golem is required yellow, okay. And they do not have that, okay. We're looking for blue book and Wooden Golem for WindFox. Eric's clearing the rest of the study. All that we saw on WindFox's side. Ooh, Legion. Legion is a good red, but we already have... Oh, well, WindFox already has Lightning Doll. As well as... I think it's Demon Lord, the one that makes the lava balls. So yeah, Legion will not make a huge difference there. Ooh, a giant bat here for Berix. That's a good find. Where is... Okay, here we go. Yes, both runners are looking for the blue book. They both have yellow and both know where the red is. WindFox already got the red, Berix still has to make a small detour to catch it. Chapel is a great area to find. It has a lot of checks, and It's pretty easy to navigate. Even the old checks in this specific room are pretty useless. Anti-venom, huh? Alrighty, WindFox exiting the chapel into a dead end. So yeah, now WindFox is probably regretting not exploring the top floor, because now it's appearing evident that the blue book is probably in the top floor. And they potentially could have cleared that a long time ago. So let's see if they decide to do that. Yep, looks like they're headed to the teleporter. So yeah, they will have to use the reservoir TP and then make their way into the top floor through there. Yep, okay. This is what they are going for. Good deal there for WindFox. Berix still dashing around the castle without much to show for it so far. They've been able to kill their first meaningful boss, and now looks like they will be benefiting from their shop upgrade. Let's see what they can find there. Whereas WindFox finally decides to tackle the top floor. Interestingly, in top floor, I'd say having Giant Bat equipped or Rush Soul is better than just using Black Panther around if you're trying to not spend too much health. Like, either of those allows you to fly or traverse the big armor, the final gods. And it also makes navigating, for example, this Lubicant room a bit more convenient. Okay, here's the reporter for WindFox. There's a check at the bottom of this room. It's Runting. Cool straight sword, but not really what we're looking for this late in the game. Okay. 4 more checks left on the top of the area. Potentially could be the blue book and the required red. No, it's a yellow we're missing. Wooden golem. WindFox. So 4 checks left. Can 2 of them be the 2 we're looking for? Let's find out. Taking the big ball here. Wooden golem, yeah. Here we go. Okay, now 3 checks left. Is any of them the blue book? If it is, then WindFox is in go mode. Soldier uniform. It's armor, but not armor we're interested in at the moment. Black belt is a good accessory for strength-based builds. If you're basing your DPS on your weapon or red souls, it's good to have it. It's not the best accessory to have for intelligence-based builds, and it can arguably be considered worse than some other accessories, like for example the Rune Ring that's makes your MP regen faster. Ooh, Berix into the arena. Low on health, but they'll be able to heal with Mina. I didn't catch that top check by WindFox. I guess it was not the blue book. Or was it? Okay, so either it was the blue book and they're in go mode, or they're gonna just try to guess. Oh, by the way, Hippogriff and Galamoth were found by WindFox. Okay, yeah, I'm finally opting to use Levitate instead of Balmong for our good friend Graham, which makes sense. Levitate is just really convenient. Doesn't lock you at all in place after using it, so you can short hop and a lot of hits. You can like hit and then go away to dodge. It's really cool. It was Archdemon. Okay. Okay, so now they will have to make their guess, I suppose. Yeah, they don't have the blue book. They have to make their guess and hope it wasn't Witch. Because if it was Witch... Okay. So the mandatory blue soul can be any of the blue souls found in the soul canisters. Like, there must be a canister. There is typically one canister and one enemy that drops a soul. So you can, in theory, do some guesswork and just write down the souls you found in canisters and then try them all. It's sometimes the right strategy. Okay, looks like it wasn't this one here. Oh, Berix is back, throwing the arena. They'll be able to destroy the big golem that lives down there. Okay, WindFox back at Graham for a second try. And now, you know, WindFox is guessing at the blue soul, and if Berix happens to find the blue book, well, we know it's not in the arena, but let's say after the arena, Berix heads somewhere where the blue book is. I don't know where that might be. Then they could, in theory, like, imagine WindFox tries all their blue souls and the acquired soul happens to be Witch. Then I'd say Berix has a real chance of coming back. Of course, it's a bit far-fetched, and WindFox is still a huge favorite in this race. But I can see some faint hope for Berix, let's say. Yes. I don't remember what it was, but we saw WindFox come through the other side there. And it's not forbidden. So yeah, I think now I think the book's in forbidden now. And I don't know what exits has not been checked by WindFox. Where could forbidden be? Okay, one more failed guess attempt by WindFox. I think they've checked all the exits of the reservoir. Yeah, I think it's one of the exits in the corridor, is my best guess. Like, there are two exits at top of corridor facing right. Like the one that normally leads to the clock tower, and the one that normally leads to the inner quarters. It could be one of those two that leads to the Forbidden Area. I can't tell for sure, though. WindFox, with their third attempt at guessing the blue soul, getting a lot of Graham practice. Well, there. Oh, Berix in the nightmare room. Oh, going down again. Yeah, that room is rough, even for extremely experienced Aria players. So for people who picked up the randomizer recently, I can definitely see it being a very difficult ordeal. Is Berix gonna... No, Berix gonna go fight the boss directly. Yeah, absolutely. I'm not a fan, on average, of guessing. In some situations, it can be worth it, I believe, but I'm not sure if this is one of them. But yeah, like, if Berix gets Witch and happens to be checking the Forbidden Aria next, then who knows? Okay, they're gonna go battle Big Golem. Should not be an issue. Big Golem is not a very easy boss. It's a bit disturbing with its very big feet. It's not obvious where is his hitbox and what, like, where you can hit it, where it can hit you, and such. But it doesn't have a ton of HP, doesn't hit that hard, so you can just kind of face tank it mostly and be gold. Did WindFox just find the proper blue soul? I think so, since they're fighting second half. They must have seen the cue that indicates that the souls were correct. So yeah, if they did guess right, then this race is pretty much toast. They have pretty good gear for the late game. Like, Leviathan is not excellent, but they also have Devil and Rush Souls are really a good source of DPS for the final bosses. As well as Red Minotaur if they're feeling a bit like that. So yeah, I'm not too worried for WindFox in the near future. They should be able to clear the remaining two bosses relatively, not easily, but with success. Super Potion is very good to have. They've been picking up a ton of incidental healing, so that will be pretty useful potentially. Berix now opting to check that room on the right of the reservoir while the WindFox is freezing. Let's hope they come back and we can see the finale of this run. Yeah, those seeds where one of the books is hidden deep in the Forbidden Area, for example, which is most likely the case here, can be pretty tough. Because those are checks that, well, are not easy to find because this area has only one entrance. And also, even if you do find the area, they are very time consuming and it can be worth it some of the time to just ignore them, and when you do, you get punished harsh when it happened to be there. Okay, one shop stop for WindFox. They'll be able to sell a lot of stuff and tag themselves full of marvelous healing. Most likely, I don't think they can acquire any better weapon than what they have currently. Alright, so you can buy Milk if you like. That's not great healing, to be honest, but it's better than nothing. Are there any good souls there? Okay, none that WindFox is into. So let's just see them out of this. And heading to face Julius. Let's see if they remember where the floating garden is. I do not. Oh, so it's on top of the... Okay, it is the exit that would normally lead to the clock tower, I suppose. Yep, it looks this way. And yeah, my best guess for Forbidden is the other right. No, is he not interested in battling? Oh yeah, okay. Here comes Julius Belmont for WindFox. Everyone's favorite pelt-wearing maniac. Set on killing us. It'll be alright for WindFox. They have a ton of healing. Levitain is not the best weapon for this, but it's serviceable. It's a fight though. Let's not underestimate that. They've been taking a ton of damage early on in the fight. Must be said also that they have a Devil, but using Rush Souls against Julius is not the easiest thing ever. You kind of have to practice a bit, timings and such. It's something we do a lot in the glitchless speedruns of the vanilla game. But if you don't do that category, then it's very possible to not have a ton of experience using Devil against Julius. So let's see how it goes for WindFox. Well, they go down once. Yeah, Julius hits like a truck. He's a very brutal person. So the way this fight works is, in the first phase, Julius will just be jumping, sliding, and dive kicking around. And every 4 hits you land on him will like stun him for a bit. So it's possible to just like hit him 4 times, and then he goes away in the stun, and then hit him 4 times again. Take some practice, because you have to be pretty good on timing your slashes to do it all in once while dodging his whip. But the cool thing about that is that if you do land your 4th hit before Julius does his own hit, then you will interrupt his attack, like we just saw in on WindFox's screen. Julius is the... Uh-oh. Okay, my tracker thing just crashed, so I will not be able to update the tracker for Berix in the future. I'm terribly sorry about that. Yeah, I think Julius is probably the hardest bosses at first. Once you learn how to deal with him, Chaos can also be a close second, because Chaos can have a lot of very annoying patterns as well. But yeah, when you're not extremely experienced, I'd say Julius takes the cake. Alright, let's see how WindFox fares while Berix is exploring the garden. I don't remember there being any crucial check in there. So Berix will not find anything too exciting, most likely. Alrighty. WindFox landing only quote-unquote 50 damage per hit there, and not using any other means than the Levitain. And like, even if you don't want to use Devil because you don't feel comfortable timing your how you call that? Well, your you're rushing your devil, it could be a good idea for them to use either. Okay, here is phase 2. Well, use one of their red souls, so either Red Minnow or Lightning Doll. They have a lot of good reds, and seeing them use none of them here is a bit surprising. Yes, they're just focusing on dodging. So phase 1 is over. Phase 2 of Julius is kind of the same, except he has the side weapons in addition to the whip. So the axe, the cross, and the holy water. Doesn't have the knives for some reason. And the other big difference between phase 2 and phase 1 is that in phase 2, the 4-hit stun doesn't work, so you can't just interrupt his attacks with 4 hits. You have to dodge a bit more and interrupt a bit less. There's some Legion in the chapel. But now, yeah, it's really mostly about WindFox finishing this run. Would be good for them to not die against not Legion, but Julius now. Phase 2 of Julius also has less HP than phase 1. I think it's about half as much HP. Still a lot of limited hits, for sure. Drinking all their milk. Is a bit treacherous because it looks like you can dodge it by ducking, but you can't. Okay, down goes Julius Belmont. So now it's just the Chaotic Realm standing between WindFox and their destiny. Realm itself is usually not a big deal. There's a save point in the middle to heal, and well, I say that, but it depends on how experienced you are with it. I'm sure if you're new to it, it can be a bit difficult. Enemies hit hard in here, so you kind of have to know your way around it. If you've been doing a lot of randos or glitchless speedruns, then you know your way around most of these enemies, and you can be pretty good about it. But if you're not, I could see it being a bit difficult. WindFox here is not doesn't look extremely at ease, but not taking a huge amount of damage either, so it should be okay for them. Did spend a lot of healing on Julius, so we have to see how much they have left for Chaos, but my gut says that it will be okay. Here is the mid Chaos Realm save. Pretty convenient. And now to the second half. No Demon Lord. Gotta equip Squirrel for this. Righty. WindFox. Oh, a map. Very useful. I think that's exactly what WindFox was looking for. The map to the castle they will never get back to. Sounds good to me. Okay, we are almost at the end here. Just one more succubus, then the big red guy, Shadow Knight. And we are headed to our final battle here for WindFox with Chaos. Just under the 1 hour and 30 minutes mark. Here we go for WindFox. Let's see how they decide to approach this fight. They have a lot of options. Weapon could be either Leviathan or Balmong. For souls, they have, as we said, Lighting Doll, Red Minotaur, Devil for the blue. Okay, apparently they're opting for Balmong in phase 1. Okay, looks to be working decently so far, landing 150 per hit. I'm pretty sure Leviathan would give a better DPS here. The thing about those statues here is that they have 0 defense, so anything that, like, the more hits you land, the more you're rewarded for the 0 defense thing. So if you can land 2 Leviathan hits for each 1 Balmong hits, then I think your Leviathan is gonna be better, even if each hit does less damage. I'll get it. But okay, they are sticking with Balmong and it's working just fine. Yep, I can't update, sadly. I'm terribly sorry about that. Oh yes, I can. Okay, it's back. Backdash for Berix. Here we go. Okay, phase 1 goes on for WindFox. Berix is now in the study. Yeah, I think Berix is just now kind of lost and doesn't have a good idea for where to go next. Which makes sense. Like, I think they're kind of in the situation as WindFox was earlier, where they don't know where the hell the blue book can be, and like going back to fight Legion or Death, whilst it could be interesting, is just 1 check each. Oh yeah, I could see them being a bit confused here. I don't think they found the top floor, so I think exploring the reservoir might be a logical next step for Berix here. Okay, WindFox trying to kill the top eyes. Yeah, I don't know what the situation is for mana healing. It's not great. But if you have some mana, I strongly advise using your red minnow on those top eyes. Like, 1 well-positioned red minnow can really damage them a big deal. Okay, 2 eyes down for WindFox. Determined to do it all with Balmong and Balmong only. Are they gonna try to... Ooh! No, that big bull was very close, but they dodged it. Oh, did Berix find the blue book? Wow. It was in the study? In the top right spot of the room with the fake wall? That's crazy that WindFox didn't check that. Oh no, in the backdash room. Alright. Wow. Okay, Berix has all the books now. We know that Wooden Golem is in the top floor, so they just have to find top floor and put it down. Well, they don't know it's in the top floor, but they can suspect it. Okay, wow. WindFox is so low on health. Is he out? Are they out of healing? Yes, they are. Oh my. Oh my. This is tense. Because if they die, okay, they have to restart the fight at the beginning. Still a big lead against Berix. Let's see if they decide to give Balmong another shot or switch to Leviathan. Yeah, I don't think Berix found the teleporter for the reservoir yet. I believe they went into the reservoir and died. Oh yeah, they do have it. Okay, but they just didn't explore the bottom of the reservoir. Alright, so well, that's a pretty logical next step for Berix there. They're looking for what to do. Let's see if they decide to do it or not. They are pondering on the map. And apparently opting for something else. Okay, so is this the area like I thought it was? Bingo! Alright, sadly, there is probably not much for Berix there, since we've established wooden golem is in the top floor. Oh well, yeah, this loops the top floor as well. Oh, that's pretty convenient for Berix. They found the alternate way to the top floor. That's interesting. And they leave because they want to do the checks in the forbidden area before. Okay, that's reasonable. Not a call I love, but it's reasonable. Okay, WindFox still battling Chaos with Balmung. They're adamant about not switching to Leviatane. By the way, I'm not saying it's a bad decision. I'm not sure exactly what kind of DPS Leviatane would give there. I just know it's more convenient to use and allows you to dodge a bit better. Well, phase 1 practice is not bad to get. At the very least, wow, that was a nice dodging sequence there for WindFox to tank only the snake damage and not the not the little balls. Okay. Oh no, they're getting ball chained. Like each orb will like damage you and throw you back after a couple seconds. And the WindFox goes down again, while Berix is Oh, Berix found Claim Solace in the Foreign Aria. That's really cool. Now Berix is really endgame ready, so potentially they could be catching up here. Like if WindFox dies, let's say 3 or 4 more times, and Berix just rushes like crazy. Now, like they will make their way to the top floor. They will find the wooden golem in there. No, they're not. What? Okay, are they gonna save again before heading to the top floor? That would be a very high level of safe play. Or just ignore top floor entirely, but right now. Yeah, you know. Is it the best or the second best sword in the game? You can debate all day, but ultimately it's the best in the seed, clearly. It's my favorite. Okay, so Berix did indeed save and is now gonna make their way back into the top floor. Okay. I think it's especially interesting in the game, especially for players like these who are not the most experienced at Randomizer and at Aria of Sorrow in general, with Soma. Because it is much easier to use than Final Sword, the other contender for best blade in the game. Which means that if you are not highly proficient at like backdash canceling, Final Sword is not gonna be worse than Claim for you all the time. Okay, Berix now heading into the marvelous land of the top floor. They don't know it yet, but they are in go mode. They just need to find the wooden golem hidden there. And go battle Graham, then Julius, then Chaos. And just hope that WindFox keeps dying on this fight whilst they do that. Which is honestly very possible, because it's a difficult fight. And they're using Balmung on it, which is not serving them too well. Well, WindFox goes down once more. WindFox is indeed now pretty short on healing, and Chaos is it a fight, and a fight that will tax your healing. Eric's trying to decide what to heal with here. Okay, going for the full, which is, I guess, a safe thing to do. But indeed, Chaos with low or no healing is very difficult. Because a lot of the patterns are difficult to dodge. There's a lot of randomness in the second phase, and sometimes you have just a configuration of the bone dragon and orbs that will just screw you. And when your DPS is good but not excellent, being able to heal some is very important. And here, WindFox is paying the price for that. Well, Berix. The thing is, Berix, when they get there, will probably not die at all, because Flame Solace is so overpowered, and Chaos is weak to Holy also, I think. I'm pretty sure. So if you have any amount of healing plus Flame Solace, you can be a huge favorite to never die. On this fight. Okay, Berix now heading to find the wooden golem, and now officially enters go mode, as far as I can tell. I didn't see what the blue was, but since WindFox had it, I'm gonna assume Berix also has it. Yep, looks like they're heading for the fight. They lack Hippogriff compared to WindFox. So that will be an issue for them in the chaotic realm, potentially, or we'll just make their mobility a bit worse in the future. Okay, so it looks like Berix does not have the blue, or is it Killer Mantle they are missing? I don't know. Maybe the blue was somewhere in the... No, up there was a Mjolnir, I think. Soul Hammer. I don't know if the check behind the Final Gods is a blue. I don't remember. Great Armor is the blue soul? Okay. Do they have that? Looks like they don't. Oh yeah, no, do I remember that? I don't know. No, I think it was in the Via Victus raids that I saw a great armor being used in the fight. Anyway. Okay, 3 eyes down now for WindFox. Was using switching to Levitain to try to kill the core. HP is good. I don't know how much healing is left for them. Okay, so apparently Berix is still missing either the Killer Mantle or the Great Armor. So they are not in go mode, unlike I don't know what's the English, or what I'm trying to say. I'm sure it's what I was thinking. They are still missing something. Okay, now headed into the underground cemetery, where they found Gravekeeper, second copy of Gravekeeper. WindFox goes down once more. Wow, WindFox really can't get out of this fight, and it's really. They still have a huge lead, but if they really can't do it, then that would be an incredible comeback by Berix if it does happen. Okay, Balor will be no threat to Berix with the help of Claim Solace. Well, you still need to dodge. Claim Solace will not make you invincible. Okay, here we go. Can he hit some more? Wow, these fists are so decent. Okay, right fist is dead. Okay, wow. My tracker thing crashed again. Okay, it's back. Okay, down goes Balor. WindFox took some damage in phase 1. Yeah, when you're short on healing, nothing on phase 1 is very difficult to dodge, so it would probably be wise for WindFox to take it a bit slower, that phase 1, and try to do it damageless. Because every piece of HP will be needed for phase 2. Alright, Berix making their way out of the cemetery after having cleared all the checks. WindFox on there, it's like their 7th try at Chaos, I think? 6th? I think it's some of those lines. Let's wish them some luck here. Because I know all too well how frustrating it can get to die over and over on this fight. And the thing is, WindFox doesn't know normally how far behind Berix was or is. So possibly at each death they're like, oh, okay, now for sure they're gonna finish and I'm toast. But no, you still have time. WindFox, you can hear me, but you still have time to battle this boss at least 3 or 4 more times before Berix is able to catch up. Yeah, here it's not looking great. Already down to very low HP with 3 eyes remaining. I don't love the situation WindFox is in right now on this attempt. But let's see how it fares. Berix is back into the top floor. Does that mean they found the soul they needed in the reservoir? In the cemetery? It's very possible. It's one of the few areas that they had not done and WindFox had. So I'm gonna assume it's the case, and now they're in go mode. Okay, here's the TP, gonna heal. Berix is an extremely safe player. Uh-oh. WindFox out of healing now. 314 HP, 186. I think now the big goal is lethal. Anything is lethal now. And they still have to destroy the core. This attempt looks slightly compromised. But never say never. Oh no, there's one eye left actually. Okay, down goes WindFox. Okay, so it looks like Berix did not get great armor. Oh, was it behind death in here? Or is death dropping great armor maybe? I don't remember. That was a long time ago. That is very true. The Kachiri, except well, it does take a long time, and when you don't know how far ahead you are, it can feel like you're throwing the race away because you're like, okay, I'm gonna spend 3 minutes. That next attempt could be it. I can speak for experience because I've been in this exact situation in our race earlier, where I died to Chaos like 3 or 4 times, and I was like, okay, I could backtrack, but I won't do it because I don't know where Kuchira is. So it's an option that is, I think, not taken enough, but it also counts as something, and I kind of understand the reasoning behind not doing it. Yeah, pretty much what Poor Rager is saying. Okay, yeah, WindFox has been taking damage again on phase 1. That's pretty unfortunate. Did Berix kill Death super fast, or did they renounce? I was watching WindFox. I'm a bad caster. Monk will get... Okay, yes, thank you. Alright, so now Berix is in go mode, and I'd estimate... yeah, 3 to 4 fights left for WindFox before Berix catches up. We'll be looking most likely at a 2-hour-ish finish time if Berix catches up. Of course, WindFox could finish any second now. Yes, especially not Claim Solace. Like, Death was meant to be fought with Mistletoe, not with Claim Solace. Well, I don't know if it was meant to be fought with Mistletoe, since Mistletoe is it's well hidden. Honestly, that wall in the clock tower where Mistletoe is hidden in the vanilla game is not the easiest to find if you don't have Peeping Eye. Alrighty, WindFox has healed to full, and he's now finishing off his second eye. Took some damage here. Yeah, Balmung is really not too convenient to like push the little orbs away. Because one Balmung hit is a lot of commitment for Soma, and it doesn't push them that far back. I'm still of the opinion that Leviathan would do a better job there, even if it might look like the DPS or the damage on it is not that good compared to Balmung. The convenience and ease of use of straight swords is not to be underestimated. Yeah, there is also the Valkyrie Soul that you can get in the Clock Tower that has Holy Element and can be used to dismantle this. Okay, so one eye left now. HP is not looking good for for WindFox. Now any hit is lethal. Berix just dismantling Graham. With Claim Solace, both Graham and Chaos will be pretty chill for Berix. Julius might be a big issue though, because Claim Solace does not work on Julius. If you have ever tried to battle him with Claim Solace, you know how horrible it is, because Julius resists wholly, and it's not very well fit to land 4 hits and get the stun on phase 1 either. But I think they do have Levitain for that, so it will be okay. Okay, yeah. Graham just going down to Devil plus Claim Solace. It should be dead any second now. Okay, attempt number 8, 9 for WindFox at Chaos. Now it is becoming evident that just backtracking after try 1 and catching more healing would have been a better way, but of course that's with hindsight. Yeah, WindFox had a huge lead all the way, and yep, overspending on Julius, then kind of being obstinate against Chaos might be costing him. You know, they're not toast yet at all. Any of these attempts can be the one. But I don't know. I think, like, if WindFox dies on his attempt, I will call Berix a favorite. Because at some point we have to take into account the probability of failure each time, and they're taking damage over and over in phase 1, which is not at all optimal. Yeah, to be honest, I think when you do that, the right call is to not even enter the Chaotic Realm and just backtrack from Julius to get your healing. But it's not easy to realize you have overspent, necessarily, because you have a ton of items and you may or may not know exactly how much healing you have left in that. But if you realize you've spent a lot and you're low, then backtrack right after Julius is the right move. And also one that is not as costly on the psychological side, let's say. You don't feel like you're throwing your run away when you backtrack after Julius for more healing, when you might have that feeling if you do it from the Chaotic Realm. I think it's 3,000. I think it's like each eye has 3,000 and the core has about the same. I'm not 100% on numbers. Maybe someone in chat has the answer to that. It's in that ballpark, at least. Alrighty, WindFox on phase 2 of Chaos with HP already pretty low and 3 eyes to go. I'm not in love with this attempt. And also, I think mistake number 3 is like staying with Balmongol this time. I'm convinced Levitain will yield better results. Doesn't have that many 9-taps, to be honest. Like, it would be the quickest way to kill the bottom eyes, but doesn't have a million of them either, so it wouldn't. You can't just devil the whole core with that, is what I mean. Okay, 1 eye left, 400 HP. This might be one of the best attempts Berix has had. Berix, WindFox has had so far. Okay, now Devil is out. So each Devil is like about 200 damage. Okay. More healing has been used. Alrighty. Oh, Berix. No, Berix didn't freeze, just was thinking for a second. Which is legal. Alright, I think this score here is not too far away from death. Is WindFox gonna get it in the end? Oh, yes, yes, yes. I think this is the one, my friends. Uh-oh. Out of healing now. Oh, no. They had more healing. Okay, yes. So now... Yeah, I think this is it. I think this is the one. Final HP, the core has been taking big damage already. Yep. Any devil now will be it. Uh-oh. Need to not get hit by the orbs now. Wow, this fight is tense. And WindFox takes this race after a very intense 2 hours and a good dozen attempts on the final boss Chaos. What a run. I really believed in Berix's chances towards the end. That's pretty crazy. Big GG's to WindFox, who did make it at the end. So WindFox is now done. All right. Well, since Berix is so close to the end, I guess they might want to finish. Maybe. WindFox wants to join us for a... Well, I don't know how to do that, actually. How to invite WindFox for a post-game interview. So let's not do it. And let's just watch Berix battle the evil of Julius Belmont. Oh! Using the positron rifle! Okay, well, they're like, oh, race is done. Oh, hi WindFox.
Yo.
Congrats on your win.
As you can tell, I am very new to this rando still, mostly the ending boss fights.
Oh, one thing that's for sure that you got a lot of practice on Chaos, so that will be useful for the future.
Yeah, definitely true. I honestly expected it just to go 0-2 and not win at all.
Well, it looks like it happened differently. What did you think of the seed?
You know, still being relatively new to the community in this randomizer. For ones I played, I felt this one, at least for me, was more of a generous seed. Making it into the Chaos Realm sub 90 felt good for me. Even though I know obviously yourself as well as Jupiter and top players probably finished this seed in sub 60, but
I don't know. We haven't played it, so can't tell for sure.
I mean, I know next round I am actually up against Jupiter to climb the next round, so
Yeah, that would be a challenge, right?
yeah, we'll go with challenge. Yeah, I'm happy I was just able just to play in this tournament in general. Didn't even expect to win, like I said.
Yeah, but Berix had a very rough time in the early game, taking a lot of death,
Oh,
especially like they tried the Legion fight and it didn't go that well. We were all in chat and myself as well pretty impressed with your Legion managing in the early game with such a low level. That was pretty cool to see. Have you been practicing that specifically?
that is a fight because I know even you could be forced into a low percent Legion fight to find progression, which that is a fight that I have been practicing a lot. So I knew going into it, it was going to be a possibility.
Yeah, it showed and it paid off, right? Because then you had all the extra levels that made it all a bit easier
Yeah,
from there for Twiddle Death, etc. So really, really good that your practice paid off.
yeah.
I know that myself. I don't feel that confident with Legion with subpar stuff. So that's really cool.
I just, like I said, it's like I've just, unless I have, a rush ability and can just sit in a corner with Manticore, Curly, or Devil, I'll just do that. If I can't kill it in one rush, then I just will, just like I did in this race, just ran him around the room over and over and over.
Yep. Well, it did work. So that's a really good deal. Berix is now battling Julius with the.
Okay.
Did you find the precision rifle as well, or?
I did find it. I don't remember where it was at. I ended up selling it off. It's not. It's a weapon I haven't practiced much with, which is why I wasn't comfortable using it. Which is why I
Yeah,
sold it off.
it's also pretty bad against Chaos actually, so it wouldn't have helped you in that specific endeavor.
Okay. I know the practice seed I did last night. I died to Julius probably 10 times. I'm surprised I got him on the second try today.
Yeah, it's a difficult fight. So it's good to practice it. It showed that you were not too confident on him, that you didn't use Devil or were just focused on dodging and using your Leviathan. So yep.
Yeah.
GG on that, and good luck against Jupiter. I'm really excited to see that happen soon.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna just message him as soon as I'm finished up here, and we'll get the times scheduled for that race. It'll probably be. I'm gonna be honest. It's gonna be very one-sided. I was like I said. You probably saw my conversations in the Discord. I'm just here to have fun. That's it.
Yeah, hopefully you get to do that, and I'm sure you will.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
We just have a couple minutes left here with Berix, so if you
Okay.
don't want to stay up with us for that,
I will message him after he's finished. I am incredibly hungry. I'm gonna go eat dinner. So I'm gonna eat dinner. I will message him GG as soon after he finishes. Um, I'm kind of surprised this got a restream. I'm kind of happy it did. Thanks for commentating. It looks like you're doing double duty commentating and tracking.
yeah, indeed, it's not easy, but
Oh, I
we
bet not.
manage it, kind of. Okay, thank you so much
All right.
for joining us here for this little interview, and enjoy dinner.
All right. Thanks, Vlad,
And
for
GG again.
doing everything. Thanks, SpeedGaming, for the restream. Good luck to Berix on the rest of his seed and his other race against his upcoming opponents. See y'all later.
Goodbye. All right. It was good to hear from WindFox about their impressions on this race. Now it's just Berix and the Chaotic Realm. Since they did find the Claim Celeste, it will probably be over relatively soon. Just over the 2-hour mark, probably 2 hours and 10 minutes. No, yeah, Berix is a joke, which is perfect. Yeah, Berix lacking Hippogriff, I believe, which makes the chaotic realm a little less welcoming and hard to navigate. Would be a good idea to not die horribly to this final armor here. Okay. Got a bit scared for a second there. Okay, they found their way into the Chaos area. Little save, and I believe it will go very smoothly. Flame is really good because it has holy damage, it has huge damage, it allows you to do little jump slashes without having to backdash to cancel anything. And you can also, if you're a bit precise on your positioning, hit 2 orbs at the same time with 1 claim slash. Oh yes, if Berix is in the Chaos fight for as long as WindFox spent there, I'm never gonna sleep. Please, Berix, for the help of commentary, win this battle. Yeah, so far so good. Taking a bit of damage there, but I think Berix has a good amount of healing. Didn't really check, but I don't remember them using a ton on Julius. So I'm optimistic here for Berix. Goodbye, phase 1. Battle starts phase 2. Phase 2 with claim is pretty standard. It's the thing you see in no 0 HP runs. But Berix is, I think, only a Julius runner of the game and not a Soma, so... Okay, yeah, they still have a pretty good strat for this. So, good deal. Final Guard is a really cool soul to use. It's very useful in this fight. I think WindFox had it too and didn't use it, but it's really great because it allows you to, well, Bears didn't show it off right now, but it allows you to, after you get caught in an orb, to cancel the damage. So that's really convenient. 2 eyes down. Claim is just so much better than Balmong at taking out the top eyes. Okay, some Milk down Berix's throat for good healing. Okay, done with the eyes. Now can just use Devil and Claim for extreme damage. Oh wow. Yeah, like WindFox had like 68 per Devil hit on that with 3 eyes, and it's 100 for Berix, which is much better. So yeah, also 50 per claim hit, and you land a lot more with claim than with how is it called, Balmong. Now Berix just needs to not die and keep landing the hits. They're doing just fine so far. Not perfect, but good enough, most likely. Okay, I think we're close now. Yes! Done for Berix in 2 hours, 11 minutes and 20 seconds. What a race. You know what? It ends up being 12 minutes of difference between these players. But I really believed in Berix's chance to come back at some point. Didn't happen that way, though. I don't know if Berix wants to join us for a post-game interview or not. If they do, I'd be more than happy welcoming them and taking their impressions. But I can't shoot the invitation, so we are subjected to the will of our SpeedGaming overlords for that. I'm gonna wait for a minute to see if it happens or not, and if it doesn't, we can just leave it here. But yeah, Berix had a very, very rough start with that, with those death against Legion, and then had trouble finding where to go and dying a lot in a bunch of areas, partly because of lack of levels. Well, if it was good for viewers, that's at least something. I'm pretty sure it was a bit stressful for players, but yeah, there was at least something for someone in there. Okay. Alright, looks like we are not having a post-game interview with Berix, so I'm gonna cut it here. Thank you everyone for watching this race, very intense. I had a great time doing commentary for y'all, and thank you also for helping me a bit with the tracking. It's really tough being both commentator and tracker. Thank you very much all, and see you soon, hopefully, for more races of this Castlevania Aria of Sorrow tournament. Goodbye.